Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, Kerry. Hello, AD. I am just going to plug my laptop in. So if you haven't already hit StreamYard link, it's the blue link above this video that gives you, if you hit on it, you're given permission to show your name and let me know that you're joining me. Just bear with me 1 second while I just plug in my laptop. Get your pad and pen ready. There we go. How's everyone doing? How are you doing? Come and join me. Come and join me. We'll keep this real and ready. I have some guests joining me this evening, which will surprise you. As I just carry on tidying around my feet, 1 moment to make myself comfortable. How's your day been? I love it when everything's real. Just 1 second. I've got to make room for my guest that's going to be joining me. And I'm going to be bringing a guest in shortly. So how are you doing? Come and join me. Come on in. If you're there, say hello. Let me know you're there. I can see that Kerry's watching me. I can see that 2 other people are watching me, but you will need to give StreamYard your permission. So I use StreamYard when I'm bringing guests in onto the platform to talk to us. And so if you just click that blue link, #live, let me know that you're there, then I can see all of the comments that are happening. Oh, lovely. Been to Shugborough for a walk with Sophie. Yeah, Simon and I went for a 2-hour walk today. We got our 10,000 steps in. It was delightful. So if you're there, let me know. Say hello. Yay, you've done your 10,000 steps, Kerry. Come on. Well, we're going to be talking a little bit about our wellness today. What is wellness? Why am I talking about wellness now? Why? So I kind of said that today, this evening was all about why wellness, why own it, and why now. So I'm going to be talking to you about that. I don't know about you, but as lockdown seems to be drawing to a steady movement into an unlockdown position, which is very exciting. it's time for us to do something about everything that we have reflected on during lockdown. For me, firstly, I cannot wait to get to the hairdressers, girls and guys. I cannot wait. And I am really, I booked my hairdressing appointment with my favourite hairdresser that's been doing my hair for years. I got to book the appointment with her, I don't know, weeks ago. She messaged me and said, looks like we're going to open after April the 12th. The first appointment that she could get me in with was May the 6th. Simon rings his barber and he's going there on April the 14th. I'm like, how? Why? How exciting that he's got in there first. But anyway, I digress. Or do I digress? Is hair part of our wellness strategy? Well, I think when it comes to feeling good, when it comes to taking care of ourselves, it possibly could be. And also our hair is a sign of our wellness. So I can't wait to get my dead ends cut off. My hair, as most people know, is very naturally curly. So when I try and dry it without putting straightness through it, if I try and dry it straight, it goes a bit frizzy. Anyway, some of you might be blokes watching me right now and think it's, Rufus went to the grooming barn yesterday. Maybe they've got an appointment for me. What do you reckon? Do you reckon they would actually sort me out, Kerry? How funny. But anyway, you may be thinking, I don't know if you're male or female watching me because I can only see Kerry's name right now. But you may be thinking to yourself, what is this woman going on? Well, I don't know if you know me. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name's Debbie Huxton and I am 53 years of age. 53 years of age and yeah, I was born in England in a town called Sutton Coldfield in 1968. Yes, I was at a hospital called Good Hope. And I am the eldest of 5 siblings. So there was 5 of us. And yeah, I love my family. I love everything about my family. But I'm really in a position now where I recognise that I'm not getting any younger and I want to live the next 53 years of my life because, you know, God and I have had a chat. 112 is the day I will go to heaven. So I want to make sure that between now and then I am living my best life, that I am living well, loving well, and I am well, that I am totally on point. So this group, Own It, has been on my heart for the last couple of years. And it's been in development, if you like. And really, over the last, probably since Christmas, it's really started to burn in my heart. It wouldn't leave me. I've been sleeping it. I've been talking about it. I shared with my very best friend, Paul, who I have been friends with since I was 12 years of age. What a privilege. But I shared with him about this whole thing about Own It, how we need to take ownership of so much and what I believed I was experiencing and what I believed I wanted to do. And for those of you that don't know me, I am a Christian girl through and through. I love Jesus. I am not afraid to say that. I'm not ashamed of that. You know, Jesus is my all in all, and I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my faith. And I am a mom, married to Simon, who you're going to meet in a little while. He's going to come and talk to you. So I've been married to Simon for 34 years this year. Yep, indeed, 34 years. We have been married, and I have 3 grown-up children. So I have one who will be 30 this year, one who's in his 30s, and one who is born on the same day as me, who is 25. So I come to you with a wealth of experience. I really do. And so this group, Own It, has been on my heart for, as I said, for some years with all of my expertise and experience. I have another group that some of you are well aware of, which is a ministry group, Beautiful Ministries. It is a community of faith-filled men and women. If you are somebody that has not joined that community but would like to, you'll be made very welcome. It's where we go deeper in the Word of God and looking at our faith and how we live that out. On the back of that, this is how this was born. This platform has been born and will continue to grow and develop because I recognize that out of my spiritual life flows everything else, my wellness. And why didn't I launch this group in that group? Because actually there are some things that are just made to be and sit in their own space. And I didn't want to fill that group with things that may distract people from the growth that they're experiencing there. However, there's nothing stopping them coming into this group and experiencing growth in the whole of their life here So why wellness? Well, let me tell you, the definition of wellness is, Kerry's saying she needs to make a change. Well, I'm glad you're with me, Kerry, because you know me, girl. When I've made a decision to make a change, I'm on it. So I have made a decision that, as you're going to hear now, let me just bring up my Facebook screen here so I don't miss anything. There we go. Okay. So if you're with me, let me know. Let me know. Say hello, jump on, say hi. So the definition of wellness is it's a state of good health, especially as an actively pursued goal. Two words very important there, active and pursuit. So it's about actively pursuing. Your wellness cannot be done as just somebody that sits on the sidelines observing. Your wellness requires you to be an active participant, but it requires you to pursue it, to go after it. So the act of practicing healthy habits on a daily basis to attain physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual outcomes. So if you're joining me, because I can see numbers going up there, if you're joining me, please say hello. Let me know you're here. You will, if you've never used StreamYard via a Facebook Live before, just need to click that blue link. All you're doing is allowing permission for your name to be shown. Then you can place your comments into the comment box. Say hello to me. Let me know you're there. Let me know what you need to change in your life right now. It could be one of the 8 pillars of wellness, which we're going to talk about. It could be you need to make a physical change. You need to make a spiritual change. You need to make an emotional change. You need to make a mindset shift. You need to make an environmental change. You need to make a social change. It could be in all of those spheres that I'm talking about, the 8 pillars of wellness, because they all impact one another. And if you can hear birds tweeting, my window has flown open. I'm not about to lean over here and close it because I might fall out. Anyway, it's all about thriving and flourishing, and not just surviving. And those areas, 4 particular areas that I mentioned earlier, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, those are key areas that we need to take into consideration when we are looking at our dimensions of wellness. All of them interweaved and interlock one another. Many of us are chasing the elusive dream of quick fixes. And for those of you that have done quick fixes in your health, whether it's your weight loss, your diet, whether it's your sleep, whatever it is, those of you that have reached for quick fixes will probably agree with me that they work short time, but they don't work long time. I'm 53 and I don't want to be on a continuous treadmill of up and down, yo-yo, roller coastering. I don't want that. I want balance in my life. I want alignment in my life. And so, you know, as I was putting all of this together, I was thinking about all the things that I really want. But I know from conversations that I've had with my family, with my friends, with my husband, with my best friend, who I'm going to bring on and get him to share shortly. Yeah, I'm bringing my best friend on tonight. I'm bringing my 2 best friends on tonight. Well, I'm bringing my 3 best friends because I always have Jesus with me, but I'm bringing my hubby in and I'm bringing my best friend in shortly to talk to you, because we've all been talking about this. What do we want out of the next chapter of our lives as we come out of this lockdown, but also as I'm moving in my 50s. My husband hits the big 60 this year, and we've all been talking about what do we really want out of our lives. And, you know, for all of us, we all agree we want wellness. We want to be well. We don't just want to be surviving and hanging on to life. We want to be thriving in all areas of our life. So I was like, okay, you know what? I know that I want to make my difference in this world. And I'm sure that you do too. But how do we do that? Well, it's how we show up in this world. How do we show up to ourselves? How do we show up to our family? How do we show up to our friends? How are we showing up in our community? Are we role models? And for those of us that are walking in faith, are we role models for our faith? Are we showing that we are really modeling health and wellness, that we are modeling that we are good stewards, we are accountable, and we have taken ownership of our bodies, of our minds, of our soul, of our spirit? Are we doing that? Hi, Lisa. Great to see your name there. So, you know, what are those 8 pillars of wellness? Well, I'm going to do another live very soon where I'm going to talk to you a bit more in depth about that and what they mean to this group. But basically, we are looking at relational wellness. How do we connect? How do we connect with one another? How do we connect in this world? We need to understand what intimacy in friendships is, what intimacy in relationships, personal relationships are, and have social intelligence, emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence to be effective communicators with one another and have the capacity for true intimacy. So we also need to look at our mental wellness. So what we think. So what we think is what we become. We're a product of our thoughts. What we consistently embrace is what we will become. So are we empowering ourselves and inspiring the world around us, or are we disempowering ourselves and just creating drama wherever we go? Are we a whirlwind of chaos and confusion? It is so important that we have a system of thoughts and beliefs which support us in our dreams and aspirations. Then our emotional wellness, how we feel. Now, you might be thinking, gosh, Debbie, you sound like you know a lot about this. I do. I studied this for years because I have a medical degree. I don't have a Bachelor of Science. I actually have a Bachelor of Nursing degree. Yes, it's a very rare degree. And I trained at the University of Birmingham in the medical school there and the cohort of the School of Nursing there. And I was very privileged to do my training there. And I did my honours in stress management, and then I went on to do a nutritional diploma and add on to that whilst I was nursing. And I was a busy A&E nurse. I worked in an emergency department. So I've seen from the inside out what is happening with the world from a holistic perspective, a whole person perspective. So from a physical perspective, from a faith perspective, and from a financial perspective. My role, so currently I work 2 days a week for a charity called Transforming Communities Together, where I work in the arena of modern slavery and human trafficking. But that only takes up 14 hours of my week. There's 168 hours in a week. When we work out what we're doing with our hours in a week, we start to see that we haven't even begun to tap into our potential, that many of us are actually living outside of our potential. So this is a journey that I'm going to take you all on. We're going to be looking at the whole person, the whole perspective of who we truly are from the inside out. So it's really exciting. So when we look at our physical wellness, we're looking at our physical health. We need to look at any underlying issues that we may have going on in our physical health. You know, when I was nursing, we're not just putting a plaster on something and giving prescriptions of pills out to help people have a cure. We want to do prevention. We want to look at the root causes, what's really underlying. And many of our physical ailments are related to our emotional state. Come on in, Mr. Huxton.
Tea break.
Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, come and join me.
It's cold in here.
So we're just keeping it real. Oh, you brought the dog as well. Just let Mr. Huxton get settled. Can you manage?
It's a bit busy in here, Deb.
I know, it's a bit busy, but you know, I got stuff everywhere. This is Mr. Huxton, my other half. So we're gonna chat in a minute. I'm just finishing off talking about the 8 pillars, so you can listen intently.
Oh, well.
So it's a family affair. Yep, own it. It's a family affair, isn't it? We've decided to do this together, haven't we?
Yeah.
He said through gritted teeth. But I wanted a man's perspective on this because it's so important. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Lisa says, hi, Simon.
Hello.
So
Hi,
we've got
Lisa.
Lisa Carey, we've got AD, and we're going to bring Paul on in a minute. So if you are joining us and you are going to you're doing your hair, and that's
Yeah, it's my lockdown haircut.
I just told
The
them.
12th of April.
I just told them that you're actually going to get to go to the hairdressers before
Yeah,
me.
12th of April.
12th, not the 14th.
12th of April, 10 o'clock.
I'm going to end up at Kerry's dog groomers just so I can get my hair done before you. Anyway, and I'm so glad Saran's moved back home because it means I don't have to go to the dog groomers to get my hoofs done. I can actually get Saran to do them. Anyway, I was just talking about physical health, one of the pillars of wellness. So to lead a fruitful life, we need physical wellness that leads us to focus on healthy nutrition, regular sleep, regular exercise, and self-care. And I'm going to be talking to you about that. It's all part of our 21 21-day Kickstart Challenge. Then we're going to look at our spiritual wellness, the values, and how we treat others, because the best measure is how we treat others. That's the best measure of our spiritual life. Because are we walking integrity, honesty, fairness, justice, compassion, love, mercy? Are we bearing fruit? Are we being respectful? Are we kind? Are we authentic? Are we full of just being real and honest and transparent? Do we practice gratitude? Do you practice gratitude?
Yes.
You do. Selflessness. It's also taking time for personal reflection, meditation and prayer, which is why we have our ministry group. And we're excited about things that are happening there too, aren't we? The other thing is about our professional wellness, our sense of living in alignment. Our unique combination of gifts, abilities, skills, passion, education, life experience. It makes you who you are, and it's being fully yourself, as well as making money, as well as gaining a lifestyle. All of these things are okay, and we're going to be talking more about that. And also looking at our financial wellness, what we have. We've certainly learned over the years that it's important to us, isn't it, to have everything in alignment and, you know, to weed out unhealthy habits of exercise, unhealthy habit. Put my teeth back in. Unhealthy habits of excessive debt, poor money management, poor choices. We want to promote healthy stewardship, savings, investing, building assets and planning for your future. This is all part of the wellness strategy. Then looking at community wellness, your environment. How do you contribute to your community? What do you contribute to your community? Martin Luther King Jr. said that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? What are you doing for others? As humanity, we are not designed to be like the Dead Sea with an inflow but no outflow. We are designed to contribute and add value and serve the world around us. So the truth is that we all have a unique contribution, and we are happiest when we are making our greatest contribution. Each one of us will contribute in a different way. We will all bring something different to the world. And I love Martin Luther Jr. I can't get my words out tonight. Martin Luther King Jr. It's because Simon's here. He gets me all excited. He says, if a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets, even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause to say, here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well. So we are called to serve well. Hi, Carol. How are you doing? So for me, wellness is a process in which we build on the 8 pillars into our lives. Wellness is a way that we approach each and every day. What you do proactively to stay healthy holistically. We're not going to live a one-dimensional life. We're going to live an 8-dimensional life. And I've got 10 fingers up there, so take my thumbs away. We're going to live an 8-dimensional life. We are going to live each and every day well. So we're going to be full of wellness, using the wisdom that we've gained along the years. And so we're going to be bringing lots to you. So I am going to bring in our friend Paul, because he sat there all patiently. Watch this. Da, 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 as if by magic. There he is. How? Paul, how are you doing?
Well, this is new for me, because it's the first time I've gone live like ever. So yeah.
Well, we're going to be talking to Paul in a bit, so it's exciting to have Paul sat with us. We're going to explain why Paul's here as well. So we've talked really around a small little fragment of why. If you're joining us this evening, because I can see there are numbers online, if you haven't hit the blue link, streamyard.com/Facebook, if you hit that link, it will just give us your name so we can say hello to you. I'd love to be able to say hello to you. I'd love you to interact on the feed. Type your questions in, encourage us, put your positive comments in there. Tell us why you're here. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you're thinking about the 8 pillars of wellness, about looking after yourself each and every day so that you can live well, love well, and be well. But yeah, Paul is on the telly. Look at you on the telly, Carol.
Look at this, I do my little wave.
Perfect. So why own it? Why own it? Well, I've just made a few notes earlier and we can talk about this. And Paul, you can talk about what you thought when I shared this with you. And you can, Mr. H.
Thank you.
But it's time to take ownership of our lives. We need to stop playing the blame game. We can't blame the government. We can't blame our doctors and nurses for our wellness. We need to take control of our own wellness. We can certainly interact and use our medical system, but as we've found under this lockdown period, it's under great strain. But we cannot expect a doctor or nurse to be responsible for what we are doing on a day-to-day basis. And when I was nursing, that was an issue for many people. They were too ready to give their life to the doctor or nurse that was looking after them because really and honestly, it was laziness. They didn't want to take control for themselves because it meant if they gave control to some
as well.
Responsibility, good word, because it meant that they would be able to blame somebody else. So own it is all about stopping the blame game. It's about not being caught up in shame. Okay, you may not be living your best life right now. Your finances may be in a pickle. You may be not feeling great. You may have some ailments that you're trying to deal with. You may feel that there is room for improvement, but it's not about being caught up in the blame or shame game. We're laying that down, and we're laying that down. I look like I was dancing with you then, and we're taking ownership of that. It's time to be accountable. It's time to be good stewards of all that we have been forgiven. We have been forgiven. I'm on the wrong channel. All of that we have been forgiven, but also all that we have been given in those 8 pillars of wellness. It's time to take charge of your dreams and your desires. It's time to bring them to life. It's time to achieve them. I don't know about you, but, you know, Mr. H is the big 60 this year. I'm 53. My friend on screen there is just 6, 7, 8, 9 months older than me, so he'll be 54 this year. We're not ashamed of our ages. We're embracing them. But I don't want to leave this life with my music still playing, not having played out that music. I don't want to leave this life having not tapped into my potential, because each of us has been given unlimited potential. What do you think about that? Mm-hmm. What do you want? What do you want? What do you really, really want? I wanna.
I think lots of people write themselves off, don't they? I've got relatives and all they talk about is retirement, you know, as if that's a silver lining. You know, I don't want to retire, you know. I just want to keep on being out there. I want to keep on being active, you know. Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Paul?
Exactly the same, Simon. It's I think, you know, you've done the married bit, you've had the child, you've gone through careers and so on and so forth. It's like you gain all that wisdom. Now it's time to use that wisdom, not put it on the shelf, you know. So that's where I'm coming from, and it's a realization that, you know, too many of us look at the past, look at the good times, look what we used to do. We turn that around and say, look what we can do.
Yeah,
you know? And, that's what I'm excited about. And that's what we're talking about, weren't we? So yeah,
look at what we can do. Whoa, I love that. We should have that on a canvas. Look at what we can do. And my mom, and I'm going to pay homage to my mom, who's no longer with us, but she always used to say, Debbie, remember, what is it? I can, I will, I must.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
And then if we added the spiritual element on, she used to say, you could do anything with Jesus. You can do all things with Jesus. And I used to be like, wow, come on, Mom. And those words resonate with me now more than ever. And Lisa's saying she likes that, Paul. So type that in the chat, whatever it was. Repeat what you just said, Paul. We can.
I can't even remember what I said now after watching that. Replay. It's my first time. Hi, Lisa.
If you remember what he just said, will you type it in the chat?
It's about what we can do, not what we've done.
What we can do. Absolutely. But we've got more to give, haven't we? We've got more to give this world, and we want to live unlimited. And I think about, Kerry's put, look at what we can do. Thank you, Kerry. But I look at Jesus. I look at my faith.
Cheers, Kerry.
Jesus with his disciples, and he taught them all aspects of living, didn't he?
Yeah.
He taught them about wellness, didn't he?
Yeah, about how to treat people, how to treat wives, how to treat the poor, how to treat the needy, how to treat the rejects of society.
How to treat one another, how to treat themselves.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is so good. And I just believe we're in a season now where we should be honoring ourselves and we should be honoring one another. You know, I think to myself, I'm married to Simon, and our best years are ahead of us. They're certainly not behind us, because I find that we have more fun each month. But I also think that you know, I owe it to Simon to be well. And you owe it to me to be well. Would you agree?
I certainly. Yeah.
What do you think? Tell the people what you think about that. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you know, life's for living, and you know, if we look after each other, that enhances our lives. It gives us more time together. It gives us more time to do good. It gives us more time to spend with our grandchildren. It gives us more time to have fun, just more time for everything.
I love that. More time for everything. Somebody pop that in the chat. That's fantastic, because life's too short to let ourselves waste away. And I certainly don't want to, you know, live the rest of my life just wasting away. And, you know, I want to enjoy everything that is there for the taking. So for me, it's about pursuing, persevering, being consistent, and commitment. And you both know that that's something that I have been saying for the longest time. So Paul, tell me the conversation that we've been having over the last couple of months. When I came to you and said, Paul, it's on my heart, I messaged you first on WhatsApp and said, I need to listen to this. Tell me what you think, because I always come to you as a bit of a sounding board. Tell me what your thoughts were.
Okay, so it's massive. This is because it all started from realizing all the journeys that we've been on, all the wisdom that we've gained, all the experience we've had, has all led to this point. And it was all about, well, what do we do next? And it was all about, how do we put all those experiences into one channel where we can magnify it rather than shrink it. And we were saying, well, wouldn't it be good if we could do this? Wouldn't it be great if we could stop yo-yoing and concentrate on our nutrition properly and get a fit? Wouldn't it be good if we could go for a walk in the park every morning to start our day? Wouldn't it be good? What ifs? No, all these what ifs. And then suddenly we looked at each other and thought, well, hang on a minute, well, why not then? You know, it was like, it was like, yeah, you know, with you know, in my personal circumstances, whereby I'm now in a position through various reasons that I'm kind of got the opportunity to be able to explore other avenues, which is what we're doing. And the thing is, me and Debbie, we've always giggled, we've always sort of had fun, and we probably had a more meaningful conversation in terms of bouncing ideas across each other. And we suddenly thought, no, we need to own it. Oh, and there's a word. And then it sort of all, didn't it? And it all just came together. If that answers your question, Debbie, yeah. I'm just. Could I tell people about me? And people might not.
Yeah.
So basically, so I'm Paul. I've known Debbie since we were 12. We've been through more detentions than hot dinners. I'm married to my lovely, beautiful wife, Karen, for the last 27 years, and hopefully for another 27 years, if I'm a good boy. I have a son, Benjamin, who's 25 and gone through university. And we have two doggies that are my life. And I love people. I love being out in the outdoors. I love nature. And I love many, many things. But I have diabetes. I've been through lockdown, the COVID situation, like all of us have. I unfortunately sustained an injury to my left knee about 1.5 years ago. Through it's a degenerative condition in my knee, resulting from an operation that was not done properly when I was 10 years old, and unfortunately now that's sort of led me a little bit immobile and for a lot of pain. So I was starting to feel a bit miserable, and of course, the less you move around, the less you can exercise. With COVID and feeling sorry for ourselves and that thing called Netflix, the pounds started piling on, and I started to get into this, I'll make excuses. It's because of COVID, isn't it? It's because of lockdown. I'm going to do this. I'm going to hit the sofa, and I'm just going to feel miserable. And I thought, no, that's got to stop. It's absolutely got to stop. And through talking to Debbie, bouncing off our ideas, I want to be, I feel 50 and fabulous, but I want to be flabulous and 50 if possible, and I was making excuses. I was always making excuses. Oh, we'll do it next Monday, or we'll start then. Or I'll tell you what, let's have one more pizza. Let's have one more kebab and chips. You can make all the excuses in the world, but then you have to realise that unless you change your game plan, unless you change your outlook, you're always going to get the same results. There was no point in me sitting here with my best friend Debbie, like I've done many a time, straight up saying, "Oh, Debbie, I'm going to be fat. What should I do? Oh, I should do this." And I've done them all. I've yo-yoed, I've done Atkins, I've done all the things, I've picked up Karen's magazines, I've shrunk, gone bigger, shrunk, got big, shrunk down again. And it's a constant yo-yo thing, and it's no good for you. And it's very, very, Tom, just shut up if I keep waffling. It's very, very polarizing. So, I want to have the moves like Jabba, not the moves like Jabba the Hutt. There's just lots of things. There's lots of things I want to do, but the first step, I think, is just making the decision to change and to do something.
Yes.
I would never, ever. I mean, the talking Debbie's had to do to get me to come on live today, because I'm very self-conscious. I want to be very transparent. I want to be very humble, really, in what I say, because I really am starting again with the whole shebang, with the whole eight. And I know that I've got to make a change, and making a change is making the first step, and the first step is right now.
Amen. Come on. Yes. So exciting.
I've got, I think you learn all this wisdom, and we get to our age now. We're still very young, Debbie. We're still extremely very young.
Yes, I agree.
We are very, very young.
We're very young.
And,
we are.
And when you learn all this wisdom, so it's not, let's not put it on the shelf. Let's get it out the shelf, and let's go and use it. We've got a lot of time ahead of us. But I also know, on a serious point, that if I don't take care of my health, my nutrition, my mindset, if I don't lose this extra 5 stone that I'm carrying, I know you can't tell at the moment, but believe you me, it's not good. I'm having to borrow Karen's bras. It's not good, I want to be able to go swimming again. I want to be able to feel body confidence. If I feel body confidence, I'm going to feel more confidence in myself. Yeah. I want to be able to make the right choices. And you've just got to put the whole, there are many things you have to do to come to that decision. And I guess that's the journey that we're going on. So, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to share that with you.
That's fantastic, Paul. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for just some great wisdom there, just poured out. And we were joking about this one the other day, saying that, we did laugh when we were talking about we want the moves like Jagger, not the moves like Jabba the Hutt. Yeah. However, what you just said there was so powerful about it's a decision, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a decision.
Once you've made that decision, then you can start to look at what avenue what route you're going to take. Mm-hmm. And so as we were sat talking, we started to look at our life, didn't we? Because as many people know, we've traveled this path together for the longest time. It's quite a blessing, really, to have had that life as friends since we were 12. So we're 53 now, which is a long time. But we were looking at our lives. We went for a walk in the park, didn't we? We went for a walk in the park, and we had a 2-hour walk. It was a 2-hour conversation. And we started to look at the timeline of our lives. And then we came around a period of our life where we were fit, we were healthy, and we were really in control of the whole wellness perspective. And then it was like, for me, I went away and thought about that 2-hour conversation, and I had that big aha moment. Mm. Why did I ever stop doing that? Why didn't I continue with that?
Exactly.
Why?
Absolutely.
And then I started to look at the why, and I had no reason apart from laziness.
Yeah.
I am going to be totally honest with everybody out there.
Yeah.
It was just simply, it wasn't a financial issue. It wasn't a time issue, because, if you want something badly enough, you'll make it happen, and you'll do it, won't you? It was just pure laziness. Plus, the person that I was accountable at the time, there was a shift in their life which disrupted everything that they did, and I kind of lost momentum.
Mm.
And then I used it as an excuse.
Mm.
But then life started to happen, and over a period of time, you know, we had several bereavements. Which I'm an emotional eater. You know, if I'm gonna get comfort somewhere, it's going to be in a big bag of crisps and a bar of chocolate. And we know that about me. But let's just bring Mr. Huxton into the spotlight, because Mr. Slim here, you know, we know that it's not just about how slim we are. We know that being slim doesn't necessarily mean that you're healthy. So one of the reasons that you're really keen about this is tell the people about your health.
I've had a very colourful past, and the decisions I made in the past have affected how I live today. I was really into stupid sports like karate and boxing, and in the pursuit of that sport, I actually broke my 2 big toes. I gave up martial arts in about 6 or 7 years ago, but the 2 broken toes have upset my kilter, and it's caused me quite a few issues in my skeletal system, and it's put pressure on my left leg. So that is one of the issues I have at the moment, is the pain in my left leg. Also, I'm ex-forces, and in my 20s and 30s, I used to drink copious amounts of alcoholic beverage. That has actually burnt away the what's it called, Debs?
Esophageal flap.
The esophageal, say it, Debs.
Esophageal flap.
Yeah, and that means I get, basically speaking, I get a lot of acid, and I
reflux. People will know it's reflux.
And I get acid reflux. You'll be pleased to know I don't drink half as much, or not even a tenth, or not even a millionth as much as I used to drink. But the poor decisions I made in the past have definitely affected my present.
And you also have a hereditary high blood pressure.
Yes, yeah.
Right, so you are on you've got 2 or 3 tablets that you're taking every day.
Yeah.
So we tell you that not to make anyone feel bad, but because we just want to show that this isn't just about, you know, it's not a diet, it's about lifestyle change. It's about taking into consideration those things that we've done in the past that now are affecting the present. You know, so with your esophageal flap, with the acid reflux, we know that changing your nutrition, your nutritional state, will improve that. We also know that your leg muscle, by the nutritional, by changing your nutritional diet, that will also build up the muscle in the leg to help balance out that. So we're coming at this from a whole person perspective. So lockdown has shown us that, you know, on reflection, where we've been, where we've come from, where we want to go, but where we are right now, we're able to take stock of where we are right now. We're being real, we're being honest. You know, I am going to be standing on the scales, not right now, but I am going to do a live where I do get to stand on the scales and show you all. And you know, we're just keeping it real. We want you to just be able to come on this real journey with us.
I'll be doing that with you, Debs.
I know, which is why I've got you on. Why would you want to press into this journey with me in particular? Why would these 2 trust me? Well, not just because I'm married to him, and not just because I went to school with Paul, but because I come to you as an educator, as somebody that equips and encourages others. I am I have a degree in a medical degree. I have a degree in nursing. So I have a diploma in nutrition. I have all of the qualifications to be spread out across this desk to help people with their wellness. But more importantly, you know, I'm going on this journey myself. I'm not just going to sit there and be preaching at people. I'm going to be practicing this, because we want to be the best role models that we can be. So, you know, I am what they call postmenopausal. So I'm over the menopause, which is great, fantastic. But I also know that my nutritional state now is so important, because I've spent quite a good amount of time taking care of my skin. And I don't want, you know, to get where I'm looking 60 and looking terrible because I haven't really taken care of my nutrition. So we're talking to you today because we we know that when we looked at this area of our life where we were most content, where we were having most success, where we were feeling fab, we didn't have the flab, we were feeling really good, and actually things were on an even kilter. And we started to look at our lives around that as well. What skills had we built up to this point? Well, we went on a journey where we remembered when we lived in Germany. Simon and I lived in Germany for 10 years. And whilst we were out there, I built a very successful business where, I mean, when we were talking about this yesterday, Paul, we didn't have social media. I did it all by telephone and going around to people's houses and then driving to a warehouse, which was like 45, 50 an hour away to order products, and then place the order on the phone, going to drive an hour to pick these products up, come back, deliver them to people. It was just like, when I think about what we did.
We used to fax the orders.
We used to fax the order, fax. Do you remember fax? But it was just like, there was no internet. It was all manual. It was incredible. But when I think what we achieved manually, and now things are digitalized, you know, what can be achieved. So I just think about that. But what did that mean? Well, it mean that we spoke at the NEC. We, we got to empower some people when we were asked to share our story. But we built that business in Germany, but we were asked to come and speak here. Then when we came back to live in England, I then went on, after I decided that I needed to step out of nursing because I was on the verge of burnout, that I needed to, that I was going to set up a health and wellbeing business. And I built that up very successfully. And again, I won awards for that business. Awards that people are probably very unaware of because I don't talk about them. And I'm not saying this to like big myself up. I'm saying it to give people the evidence of what we're about to birth. So in 2014, was it? I won Most Inspiring NatWest Venus Awards, Most Inspiring Woman, for building a business that had such a far reach across the UK. I was speaking at places like Excel in London. I went to Valencia and Barcelona to speak. I went to Glenfiddich in Scotland to speak about health and well-being and leadership. So, when we think about all of those things that we've been able to do, Sam is a chef, so we're going to be utilising some of his chefing skills because that's how we met. Paul is good at eating the food that we produce.
Very good at eating the food. Yeah, very good.
We're going to explain what we're going to be doing there. But what we recognise is we don't want to waste our gifts and talents. And I don't want anybody else dictating my destiny apart from my God. My God says that he has a plan and a purpose for my life. But when we read that scripture, it says about a plan and a purpose to prosper us. That's often the thing that gets missed off out of that scripture. He wants us to prosper in our wellness, in every facet of those 8 dimensions. So that's the journey that we're inviting people to come on. And so this evening, we just wanted to kind of give a little bit of premise around that, and we're not going to keep you too much longer. But we are launching a 21-day Kickstart Challenge. It's going to start on the 19th of April. And we are doing this with you. We are not just going to be talking about it, we're doing it with you. So when it comes down to making changes in your lives, there are certain areas that you need to look at. So we've talked about the 8 dimensions, but how do we take hold of those 8 dimensions? Well, first of all, we need to look at our circle of influence. Those people are going to be there for us as we go on this journey. We need to have our family and those people that we spend most time with on board. We need to let them know what we're doing. We need to incorporate it into our lifestyle. So I am encouraging you to talk to your family about the changes that you want to make. Talk to them about the shift that you want to make in your own life and how it can positively impact their lives. So I want to encourage you, I call it table talk. Get around the table. If you have children, get around the table with your children. It doesn't matter how old they are. You can start them as young as you want. I want to encourage you, don't talk to them about diet. Don't talk to them about weight loss. Don't talk to them about that stuff. Talk to them about health how healthy you want to feel, how you know that you can eat better, how you know that as a family you can cook more meals together that are nutritional, that will give you all the vitamins that you need, that will help all of your body systems function, it will help you look young, it will help you feel great and give you more energy. But do not talk to them about diet. Don't talk to your children about weight loss. Don't start them on that path, because trust me, I've got a whole story to tell you about that, about my own life and about children that I have worked with who have been given a legacy that isn't theirs to carry. So we want to talk about positive reinforcement, about how we communicate effectively with our families. So look at your circle of influence, get them on board. Then you need the right vehicle. We're all headed on a journey, and I wrote about this in a post earlier. You know, we're all headed towards a destination. Life is a journey. We've very much learnt that, haven't we? We're not there yet, and my dog even agrees. But life is a journey, and we are headed towards a destination. Those of us that have been born again, we know our destination is our eternal place in heaven. However, in the meantime, going from A to heaven, so A to B, but in the meantime, we need to make sure that we're traveling in the right vehicle that's the right fit for us. So not just using products for the sake of using products, not just using products because they tick a box, not just using products because they're going to make you money, but using products that are going to help you get the best out of your nutritional well-being. So you need products that are tried and tested, that are scientifically proved, that align with your vegan lifestyle, your gluten-free lifestyle, your vegetarian lifestyle, that are good quality products. You need to be, when you're making this shift, if you're going to join us on our 21 Kickstart Challenge, you need to be amongst the right tribe. Those people that are pioneering and leading the way, that are laying a path, if you like, that right tribe that's going to be there when you're feeling low, when you need motivating, when you need equipping, when you need encouraging. Those people that are going to be able to teach you and train you and guide you and lead you and hold you when you feel like you can't stand. So you need to ensure that the tribe that you have around you isn't just a tribe whose intention is to just make money all day long, but it's a tribe that actually is your, they care, it's compassion, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. But also it's the tribe that will be there in your lows and your highs. It's a tribe that travels with you, and there's never any pressure, there's never any it's not about performance, it's about pursuit of wellness. So it's a tribe that's not looking at performance, it's the pursuit of wellness. And then you need to look at timing, because we're talking about a 21-day Kickstart Challenge. It might not be the right time for you, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Because this is not for us about gathering people around just to get involved in something for the sake to make us look good. We want to see your results. We want to see the changes in your lives. I want to get excited every time somebody's coming to me going, woohoo, guess what's happened? Or, look at this, I've got into the next pair of jeans. Or, guess what, Debbie, I managed to put this amount of money into my savings account today. Or, guess what, Simon, I'm feeling really good because I've made new friends, because I've got this new tribe around me. Thank you so much for the encouraging message that you've sent me. Paul, look at you, when you're saying to people, I've never felt so well. And actually, I know that when I have the operation on my knee, I'm feeling good about going and having that anesthetic because I'm not as heavy as I was.
Well, it's more than that, Debbie. I know for a fact that when I go back and look at this situation, they're going to say, until you lost a bit of that, we ain't going to do that operation on your knee. So for me, it's more than a want; it's an absolute necessity. So
yeah, absolutely. And so and it's about so for me, it's about knowing that you've got the right tribe around you as you grow and as you develop, as you move forward in those 8 dimensions of wellness. So what I want to tell you about the 21-day Kickstart is this: there's 2 options. Now, first of all, I just want to cover something off. There's no secrets here, but I'm not going to bore everybody with the details tonight, because there might be some people that don't want to go deeper. They're not interested in what I'm about to say. And that's absolutely okay. But those people that do want to go deeper, and then I'm going to explain a little bit, but I'm not going to explain it all now because there's going to be a Kickstart call that I'm going to invite you to. But what I do want to say is this. You have 168 hours in a week. If there's one thing you would go away and do today, tonight, tomorrow, over the next 24 hours, is write that number down, 168 hours, and then look at how you spend your time. Look at how so this is what I do for myself. 168 hours in a week. How many of those hours do I sleep? Well, on average, I get about 5 hours a night sleep. So my Fitbit tells me on average about 5 hours. That's just the way my life has always been. I've never been a big sleeper. If I get 7 hours, I get excited, don't I? I go, oh, I had a full night's sleep. But I'm good on that. I run on that. It's absolutely fine. So if I average 5 hours times 7, that's 35 hours of sleep. If I take that off my 168 hours, whatever's left, I then look at. Thank you. Is that right? Oh. Well, thank you. 133 hours. Okay, here we go. Here's the math. If I work 14 hours employed a week. 119 hours. So I've got 119 hours left outside of my sleep and my employed work. 119 hours. What am I doing with those 119 hours? How much time do I spend in prayer? How much time do I spend reading my Bible? How much time do I spend with my family? So you look at those things. So you would look at time, if you are somebody of faith, the time that you spend with God, and the time that you spend with your family. You take those off. And what are you left with? You're still going to be left with a chunk of time that you would be surprised that you have. This is about being organized. Wellness requires two things: prioritizing and organizing. If you're somebody that can't prioritize and won't organize, then this won't work for you. Like Paul said earlier, you have to make a decision. Once you've made that decision, then you start to make the changes. But you need to be somebody that's willing to prioritize and to organize. Because for you to live your life fully well, you have to have a lifestyle of prioritization and organization. For us as people of faith, it's God, marriage, family, and then ministry and everything else that comes after God, marriage, family. But there is still room for life outside of those things. So when you start to look at your 168 hours a week, how effective can you be in tapping into your unlimited potential if you work out your hours, prioritizing and then organizing? So with the 21 days Kickstart Challenge, you can write this down. We're starting on April the 19th, 2021. That's a Monday. For those of you that are just somebody that's thinking, well, I'm just observing, I'm just seeing what's happening. I'm quite a passive person. I'm cautious. I like to take things into consideration. I like to watch other people get the results first. I'm not ready to do anything more than just be a part of this community. That's absolutely okay. Then that's option B. That's the option that you will take. You will just stay part of this community, taking in some of the lives that I'll do where I'm talking about different aspects of health and well-being, and joining in some of the things that will happen in the community group. Option A is this. If you are somebody that is saying, I'm ready, I want to travel this road with you, I want to be a participant, I want to get active, as it says in the definition of wellness, I want to actively pursue my health and well-being. I'm ready to hear what you've got to say, Debs, Simon. I'm up for it. Then you are being invited to come on what I've called a Kickstart Zoom call, where I'm just going to spend 30 minutes talking to you about what that 21 days will look like. Because we are using some nutritional products, which I'm not boring everybody with right now. Only if you're interested, you come onto that call. So I'm not hiding anything. There's no secrets. There's no catch. It's just pointless me saying it all now. If there are people that are just, they don't want to know. That's absolutely okay. But in what's going to happen with the 21-day Kickstart challenges, we've got a separate group set up for that. That group will go live on the Friday before the Kickstart. So there's lots of behind the scenes work that we have been doing. We have been doing meal plans. We've been putting together Paul's been helping me with this, a 21-day schedule. We've got videos in there for you. We're going to be doing live cook-alongs. So for that 21 days, you've got a meal plan. With that meal plan, some of those days we're going to go live, and we've given you a shopping list of the ingredients to buy. When you buy those ingredients, you then can join us on the live and you can cook along with us. We're going to cook. Yes, we are. We're going to cook along. And then you get to, for those of you that don't cook, we're going to teach you how to cook. For those of you that do cook, but you want to try something different, well, that's what we're going to do. But we're all going to be able to cook along together, which is going to be really great fun. Also, you're going to get daily motivation in there. There's going to be some talks in there about nutrition, about health, about well-being. Talks that won't necessarily be in this community group because we're keeping it for the Kickstart group. So it's going to be a real fun place to be. But I know at the end of 21 days, you're going to leave that 21 days more motivated than you've ever been in the rest of your life. If you think you've been motivated in your life, think of a time when you were really motivated and times that by however 100. I just know that this is fire. I feel the fire on it. I'm excited for it. If it's only me, Paul and Simon doing it, I do not care because we're going to get results. So if it's something that you want to do, you want to come on the journey with us, then just let me know. And then I will be sending out the Zoom link to those people that contact me. There's no chasing, there's no harassing, there's no nothing like that. If it's something that you want to get involved in, then you just let us know. It does involve you buying a product. So it involves you buying a product, not because because it's going to help you with dieting. It's not a quick fix. I'm going to explain everything on the Kickstart call. Buying that product for a reason, because it's part of the nutritional plan, as you'll see. I'll explain it all on the call for those that want more information. So there's no hidden agenda. There's no catches. It will all be explained if you want to know more. If you want that Kickstart information, then let us know. These Kickstarts we're going to be doing regularly. They're going to evolve and they're going to happen regularly because we know the more that we're talking about this, the more that we're hearing people saying, yes, we want to do it. Yes, we're in. So if that's something that you want, then you just let me know and then we will send you the Zoom call. You're going to be saying, when is that Zoom call, Debbie? Well, the Zoom call is going to happen. This Saturday. It's going to happen this Saturday. I'm going to get it out of the way early in the morning. I'm going to do it at 9:30 a.m. for 30 minutes. So you get to hear what it is. You can ask any questions you want to ask, and then you can say, yeah, okay, I'm on it, Debs, and I can tell you what you need to do before you get involved. It's that simple. That honestly, there's no catches. It's just what it is. I'm not going to bother explaining it here because, again, people need to be able to ask me questions and you can't really ask questions on a comment stream. So if you want to be part of that Kickstart call, then let me know and I will send you the Zoom link. So really, for me, I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to motivate people, to encourage people. I'm excited to see people get results. I'm excited to see you get results. I'm excited to see me get results. I'm excited to see Paul and Karen get results. I'm excited to those other people we've been talking to see them get results. I can't get any more excited than I am right now. You know, things are really
exciting.
No, I just think, you know, when we see what's happening in the ministry, when we just the way things are just what I call evolving, and it's just everything we ever dreamed of, isn't it? Being able to bring all our skill set to the table, nothing wasted. So if you want to get involved, then you let me know. But, you know, I want to leave you with this, just thinking about your goals for the rest of your life. What is it that you really want to achieve? You know, my prayer for every single person I ever meet is that they get to live the life that they truly deserve. Because, you know, the strap line for this group is to live well, love well, and be well. And that's all any of us really want in our lives. And to know that, you know, how we live impacts how others live. And so I want to, I don't know, what would you say, Mr. Huxton, would be the final parting words for this evening? What would you say?
Wow, you put me on the spot there.
I know. You always come out with wisdom. What would you say?
We've only got one life, live it.
There you go. We've only got one life, live it. So if you want to join us on the 21-day Kickstart challenge, then please do. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. There'll still be stuff in this community group for you to get involved in. But I'm really excited about doing the live cook-alongs. Me and Paul were really thinking about this yesterday. And we've done most of the work for you. We've put together the food plan. It's a nutritional food plan. We have put together a shopping list. We have put together videos on how to do this. Honestly, we have made this so easy. You will be like, wow. We're like, wow. we're like, wow, we want to get involved. In fact, that's what Paul and I were saying yesterday when we're like, wow, we want to get involved. Oh, we are involved. It's exciting. It's really exciting. So we're gonna leave it there with everybody. Yeah. We're gonna say you've got one life, live it. So if you want to get involved, contact me. Let me know. You can pop a comment under this chat, or you can private message me, and I will send you the link. But for now, Paul, we are doing this, sir.
Absolutely.
So we are going to with the Kickstart Challenge. Just so you know that we're leading by example. We are going to do when that group launches, which is next Friday, it will go live. We are going to do a live weigh-in, a live measurements, a live blood sugar test, live blood pressure test. We're going to show you our complete health laid out. We're going to do a cholesterol test. We're going to show you our health laid out before you, so that you
absolutely.
can see.
It's going to be the first time. It's going to be the first time that I've stood on some scales for a long time. It's like, I ain't doing that. So to show you how stepping out in awesomeness this is, I'll actually be weighing myself and looking at my weight for the first time live, and I'll probably go, oh, yes, you know.
Yeah, but we're not looking at it from a weight loss perspective. We're stepping on the scales so that we have got a baseline of where we are in everything.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that live in that group so that everyone can see exactly where we're starting. So that's it. That's all we've got to say. We've got one life, live it. So we're sending you lots of love. If you have any questions, then just contact us, and we look forward to kickstarting you on the 19th of April. So taking this moment to say we send you lots of love. Thanks, Paul, for joining us. Haven't the dogs been good?
Hey?
Haven't the dogs been good?
So far.
Thank you for your words of wisdom.
Indeed.
So that's it. We're saying good night. God bless. Take care, everybody.
See ya. Bye.
Yeah.